Hi everybody, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in to Kylie TV. Today I am talking about food. A lot of you know, well hopefully you know, and if you don't now you do, that I have been working very hard to change my eating habits and just to be healthier in general, and a lot of that is being helped by the fact that I'm actually eating correctly, or as close to correct as I can get at this point. So I thought I would share with you guys what I'm actually eating and how I figured out what to even eat and that kind of thing. So that's what today's video is about. And the easiest way for me to get started is to tell you a little bit about what happened to me in the past. Is this thing like way zoomed in? No. There we go. Okay, so this is what happened. I thought I was eating good, eating healthy, not eating too much, being really careful about the things that I was eating, making sure that it wasn't like, I don't know, just bad stuff. So I would eat like cucumbers and tomatoes and hard-boiled eggs and whatever. But when I actually started to look at how many calories I was eating, I realized that I had been basically starving myself. I wasn't eating enough calories, and when your body doesn't get enough calories, it goes into starvation mode and then starts hanging on to everything that you're putting into it, good or bad, thinking that it's kind of like storing up for the winter like in caveman days. So even though I was, starting to exercise and I thought I was eating good, I was not doing what I needed to do. So when I realized that, I said, oh boy, how many calories really am I supposed to be eating? So I went on MyFitnessPal, and I have it open already, so just this is an idea of what it looks like. It tells all kinds of stuff, but when you first sign up for MyFitnessPal, which I highly, highly recommend all of you to do, it will ask you to put in your weight, your height, what your goal weight is, and how many pounds per week you want to lose. It can be 1, 1.5, or 2 pounds at the most. So I put in my weight, which at the time was 222, my goal weight, which was 150, I think, 150 or 155, I can't remember right this second. And my height, which is 5'6", and then that I wanted to lose 2 pounds per week. So keep in mind that's taking into account only your food. It's not taking into account any exercise whatsoever. So it recommended that I eat 1,200 calories per day. So to me, after finding out that I had only been eating 987, I was like, oh wow, that's not enough food. I need to figure out what to do so that I'm eating more. So I went to the store and I kind of just walked around and looked at all of the things that I like to eat and put into my basket only the ones that I felt were actually healthy. Keeping in mind things like how much sugar is in it, is it greasy, fattening, whatever. Needless to say, I didn't come home with very much pizza. So finding a cereal was so incredibly difficult because, number one, I like to eat cereal in the morning because I get up really early. I wake up usually around 4:30. I don't usually get out of bed until like 4:45 just because it's super early and I'm tired, but I take a shower and then I eat, and I eat early. So I like to eat cereal just because it's fast, it's easy, it doesn't make a mess, I don't wake anybody else up in the house making this meal. So I was eating granola, which has tons and tons and tons of sugar, so I was really sad about that because I love my granola. And I instead traded in for Fiber One, and sorry for the loud crinkly, I don't have the box anymore, but I wanted to show you what the little things look like. And I wasn't sure what to expect because it doesn't look very exciting or appetizing, but it really doesn't taste bad. So I eat half a cup of this in the morning for what is this, 60 calories? Actually, let me stop right there because I'm kind of jumping ahead. So once I figured out that I eat 1,200, or I need to eat 1,200 calories per day, I divided it up into 5 meals so that I would know how many calories per meal roundabout that I should be consuming, which ended up being 240. So, you know, if one meal is a little higher, then obviously the next meal needs to be a little bit lower and vice versa. Either way, so that my end of the day calories end up right around 1200. So if I'm, you know, a few calories under, a few calories over, I'm not going to freak out because I'm not a diet Nazi, okay? Anyway, so this half a cup of this is 60 calories. Then I will put on half a cup of raspberries. And raspberries are so good for you. And half a cup has 32 calories. I'm looking down just because I wrote it all down so I'd be giving you guys the right information. So another 32 calories for that. And then, of course, my fat-free milk. Is it weird that we're in my bedroom and I'm showing you food from the fridge? So I drink fat-free milk. I actually like fat-free milk the best because it's thin and I don't like things that are too thick. So if you like something that has, you know, more thickness to it, you know, has more milk fat, then you go ahead and do whatever makes you happy. I'm not saying, oh, you have to drink fat-free milk. I'm saying you need to watch your calories. The end. That's what I like. So that's my breakfast, okay? And then I get to work and I start work at 8 o'clock. That doesn't mean that's what time I get there. I'm usually there earlier than that, like 7:30, somewhere around there. So I'm usually hungry by like 8:30 or 9 again. So what I do is my first snack. So my first snack consists of 2 hard-boiled eggs. And so I just buy a 12-pack, 18-pack, whatever, and I hard-boil the entire package on Sunday, and then I put everything in little bags like this, so it's very convenient and easy for me to grab and go. The other thing that I eat is cucumbers. I eat 1 cup of cucumbers, which ends up being, oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. So the 2 hard-boiled eggs, each egg is 80 calories. And I don't know if it takes into account the egg or the yolk, but I don't even like the yolk. I think it tastes disgusting. So I don't even eat that part. So maybe it's a little bit less than 80, who knows. But yeah. No, actually I think that does take into account it's just the egg white. I think I put that in my Fitness Pal. Anyway, so then cucumbers again with the little baggies. I know I'm using a lot of bags and that's horrible, but my fridge at work is not that big, so if I had all these little Tupperware containers, then I wouldn't really have room. Well, nobody else would have room for their food in the fridge, so I use the bags. It's whatever. Okay, then I also have tomatoes. Now, I don't have to have these kind of tomatoes, but these are nice because I can be like at my desk just snacking while I'm doing my work if I need to, because my job's the kind of job where you don't really like get up, go to the lunchroom, eat your food there, and then go back to your desk. I just sort of eat and go while I'm doing it. So then the cucumbers, this is so awesome. These cucumbers, 16 calories. You can eat a lot of cucumbers, and actually you'll see the more like fruits and vegetables I show you, they have next to no calories in them. So you can eat tons and tons of this stuff and be like so full, you'll feel like you're about to explode, but you're still not over your calories. So the more vegetables and fruits that you can eat, the better you are going to be doing as far as like not starving yourself and feeling deprived. So these little tomatoes, this is half a cup and this is 15 calories. So that is really good too. And then also I was eating carrots, but I have to be honest with you, raw carrots make me want to throw up. I think they're disgusting. I think I told you guys this before, but gross. I don't know what it is with the taste, but like I'll eat a couple and I'll be like, okay, I can do this, I can do this, and then all of a sudden I'll like bite one, I'll be like, okay, need to take a break, where's my carrot, where's my cucumber, where's my like something else. I'd have to force myself to eat them, so I actually gave up on the carrots. I'm not doing that to myself. I want to be able to enjoy my food too, not feel like I'm like, I don't know, grossing myself out, forcing myself to be healthy. I want this to be like an enjoyable experience. So, bye-bye carrots. Sayonara, never to see you return. Then I have strawberries. You see I just have a little bit. This is 2 ounces, and these have 9 calories. 9 calories. That's so awesome. So these 4 things, that makes up my first snack of the day. And that meal ends up being 200 calories. Oh, and I'm sorry, the first meal was 182 calories, my breakfast, the cereal with the raspberries and the milk. The second meal of the day, my snack, is 200 calories, and then on to lunch. So far I'm below calories, which I like to kind of do so I can eat something different at dinner if I want to. Gives me a little more freedom. Okay, so then my actual lunch, and this might seem weird because it's not an actual like big fat meal or something, but I think it's more important, and also it just generally is. It's better that you have like 5 more balanced meals than 3 big old fat humongo meals, or 1 little one and 2 big ones. You know, it's more important that it's just even throughout so that your body gets used to that, and that's what your body wants. My lunch, like I said, it might seem weird to some of you, is almonds. I love me some almonds. 28 almonds are in 1 serving and are 170 calories. So these have more calories, so you don't want as much of these anyway. And then what's next? Half a cup of blackberries, which usually ends up being about 10 for some reason. But yeah, 10 blackberries, unless they're smaller, then sometimes it's more. And that has 31 calories, and then I also have a string cheese, which is 80 calories. So my third meal of the day is 281 calories. And by this point, let me tell you, I don't feel starved. I don't feel hungry. The first time I even feel hungry is when I get to work and I eat that first snack. The rest of the entire day, I am not hungry. I feel like I'm forcing myself to eat, which sounds so insane, but that's just the way it is. I'm not the kind of person who's like, oh, I'm starving, I'm hungry. That's just not me. Now, cravings? Oh, sure, I have cravings and I want this, and especially if it's sweet or salty or crunchy, oh my God, I'm all over that. But this food, I do not feel deprived. I don't feel hungry. I don't feel like, oh, I wish I could have had. So just want to throw that out there. Keep that in mind. Okay, so that was my lunch. And like I said, it was 281 calories. Now, my last snack, my second snack of the day, which is actually my 4th meal by that time, has close to the most calories, that and my dinner. But the reason why it has the most is because I'm about to go to the gym. So I go to the gym right after work so that it's automatic, you know, there's no excuses. It's just part of my day. It's still a continuation of work. So right at 4 o'clock when I get off work, I don't leave yet. I actually eat. So what do I eat? The first thing I eat is a piece of whole wheat bread, and it has 100 calories, and then I eat an ounce of turkey. So I make a half sandwich. I don't like mayonnaise, so I'm lucky that way. I don't have to stress on those extra calories. I don't like mayonnaise. I think it's gross. Mustard, whatever. So I just eat the bread and the turkey together, and that's totally fine. My whole entire life, I've only ever ate sandwiches dry, which is weird, I know, but I don't like that stuff, so whatever. So I eat my half a sandwich, and then I cut up an apple, and then I have 1 tablespoon of organic peanut butter to go with it. So that is my snack. Now by the time I am done eating, get to the gym, change my clothes, stretching, you know, ready to actually work out, it's already been 30 to 45 minutes-ish. So, which is really good because now my body has digested the food and it is energy ready for me to use. So that meal is 304 calories. And again, sometimes I feel like I can't even finish it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so full. I can't do this. So, which is bizarre because you think, oh, diet or eating healthy is like you feel like you're deprived and starved and whatever. I don't feel like that at all. I don't know if it's just me or if I'm weird. Who knows? I am weird, but you know what I mean. So that's that. Now, when I get home from the gym, it's also important that you eat something then too, because your body's still going and it's ready to receive the nutrients and rebuild. So a lot of times I'll have one of two things. I'll either have a protein shake, and this is when I'm like exhausted, tired, don't feel like cooking, or I will have chicken and some vegetables. So the first thing is the protein shake. So the protein shake is very easy. I have this protein right here. It's from GNC. It's called GNC Pro Performance Amplified Waybolic Extreme 60. When I went to GNC to look for a protein powder, because I've never used one before ever, my friend recommended this to me. She said that this is a nice way to get that extra meal in without having to cook or eat so much food. So I said to him, I want something that I could use before or after my workout, and I want something that has no artificial sugar whatsoever. None. So he said, well, what about sucralose? Because, you know, it has to have something, otherwise how is it going to be sweet? And so sucralose is the better of the sweeteners, we'll say, or derivatives of sugar. And also, when you look at the ingredients on the back, it's the second to last ingredient. So that means that there is a very small amount of it compared to everything else in it. So I usually will have 2 scoops of this, but I have been known to have 1 scoop if I feel like I can't eat anything, or if I'm actually hungry but don't feel like cooking, then I'll have the full 3 scoop serving. So the amount of calories for this kind of depends. If I'm having the full 3 scoops, then it's 280 calories, but usually I have only 2, which means that it's 186. I will mix this with 1 cup of Coconut Dream. This is unsweetened coconut milk. Another recommendation from my friend Amanda. And then I'll put some ice in there and blend it. And I did read an article that said that people felt fuller when their smoothies or shakes or whatever were blended for a full 5 minutes. And I think that's just because it gets more frothy and thick and foamy, so you feel like you're getting more. One time I felt like I couldn't finish it and I didn't, so whatever. But these two together, this is chocolate flavor and then this is coconut. This tastes like I'm having dessert, so it's not, again, I don't feel deprived. So FYI, it's not as bad as you think. The other thing I might have, if I'm not having that, I'm having chicken and some vegetables. So if I'm having chicken, it's about half a chicken breast, like 4 ounces. And then I'll either have yams or cauliflower or Brussels sprouts or broccoli or something like that. And usually, let's see, so the chicken is right around 180, 190 calories. And then the vegetables, because I have a good amount of it, is usually around like 75, 80 calories worth. So that meal is always very, small amount of calories also. But then sometimes I have also been known to have soup, which, I'll have like a couple 100 calories worth of soup, depending, like if it's cold and I want something to warm me up. So, that's basically it. That's the biggest. I just wanted to kind of go through with you guys, like, what do I actually eat? What is this so-called eating right? Any advice that I have for you is going to be to go to the store and think of the things that you like to eat that are healthy, and definitely start with those. And then from there, just try new things. Like, I've been roasting a lot of vegetables lately. Like, I roasted some cauliflower. Oh my God, it was so good. I've been roasting Brussels sprouts. Those were good, but they weren't as good as another way that I make them. And I also roasted some yams, which were really good. And then I also cut them up and kind of made like sweet potato fries kind of thing. Those were really good too. Broccoli, I just steamed it, but I could do anything with that too. Just be open to maybe like trying something. I think I'm going to get some zucchini and try doing something in the oven with that also. So, I am going to go right now because I just realized how long this video is, almost 20 minutes, or it will be 20 by the time I say goodbye. So if you guys have any questions about food, please feel free to get in touch with me. There's lots of different ways to get in touch with me down below. I always love hearing from you guys. I read every single comment. I can't always respond to every single comment, but I definitely read every single one. I'm thinking of doing a new segment where I respond to all the comments in video format, so I'm thinking about that, who knows. But yeah, that's what's going on here with the food situation. If you guys need any help, advice, whatever, I'm here. You want to give me some advice, please, I need it. And that's all I got for now, so I will see you guys next week. I hope you all are doing well, and yeah, have a great day. Bye.